Hello, everybody. Netherlands 4, Canada 0. A friendly win ahead of the Euros. Michael Statham, joined by Mike Bell. We've been really excited for the Euros, of course, coming up. Lots of podcasts you can go and watch after this if you haven't already. Our tournament preview and our Group D preview. But tonight, a nice win. We thought we'd just come on really quickly and talk about the game. Mike, what did you make of the friendly win?
Yeah, I think it was a tale of two halves. First half, a bit slow to get started, a bit laborious, some question marks over some of the players that were playing. Second half, much better, much more energy. But Frimpong was excellent on the right hand side up front. Got a great goal, got a great assist. Once we got the first one, there's no looking back. I think that goal just gave everyone confidence, and after that, Canada had no chance. And by the end, it could have been 5 or 6 now. But yeah, there's still things for coming to work on. But I think it's an exciting performance tonight for the Netherlands when you consider that the team that was put out tonight was missing half the players that are going to start when we play against Poland. So it's a good start. It's a good preparation, and yeah, it just gets you excited for what's to come in the next few weeks.
I didn't watch the game tonight, but I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's comments coming in live. And if you haven't watched this live, just drop in a comment down below and let us know what you thought of the game and get involved. It's great to get everyone talking. For when I saw the lineup though, I got excited when I saw Frimpong right wing, and it seemed like it was a way to include him without having to rely upon a back five or putting him in the back four. You get the best out of him. I've saw obviously what he's done this evening, and Robbie starting in the middle. Do you think these things might stick? Of course, some players it must have been experimental. Van Alden comes to that category of you hope it was experimental, but a number of players came in, and you didn't think that. I thought he'd go quite strong to start with, and then bring on some players towards the end. But he's actually the opposite, Koeman. Yeah, talk us through some individuals, Mike. Who really stood out for you? And I'm hoping you're going to say Robbie. Not really.
No, not
Mm.
really. I think that if you're talking about standouts, you're talking about Frimpong was up there. He's man of the match. Then you got Van de Ven on the left back. For the first half especially, he was very, very powerful running forward.
Yeah.
Um, Memphis was really good, dropping deep. Playmaker, made a few good passes. Um, you know, he was actually getting frustrated because in the first half, he put in a really good free kick as well. He chipped it over the kind of the defense into a really good area, and no one got onto it. I thought he was really promising tonight. Robbie, he occupies a lot of defenders with strength, like we see for Ajax. And he had a can't miss chance in the first half. He got played through on goal by
Mm.
Memphis, ran through, delayed his shot. By the time that he actually took it, defender got back and then eventually got blocked. Other than that, did he really get that involved? Not really, but I guess he was there to occupy defenses. And would I rather see him in Veghorst? Yes,
Mm.
but I think there's a lot more to see from Brobbey. And if I was him with Gakpo on the bench, you know, possibly going to take his place, I'd be a bit worried. But I think there was flashes of what you expect from Brobbey, but there's still some things to work on.
And how about Memphis on the left as well? That's something we've not seen in a while.
Yeah, I think what you'd call be inverted wingers. So you had Gertruida sitting back on the right, so Frimpong can go forward.
Yeah.
On the left, you had Van de Ven bombing forward, but Memphis was sort of coming in the middle,
Mm.
dictating play from deeper areas and trying to pick passes. So I think that actually worked really well. I think Memphis, he in the first half, I think he was one of the standouts. He got his goal in the second, which was nice. He didn't have any shots, he didn't get many chances, but he got his goal. And yeah, I thought he was quite lively. I think he did well, and it's all about boosting his fitness. And if that was the job for tonight, I mean, Koeman said he wanted him to get 90 minutes at one of his games. So I'm guessing if he doesn't get 90 minutes tonight, he's going to play 90 minutes against Iceland. So
Mm.
it's just about getting him back to where he needs to be. And I think he was close to being near his best tonight, even though he was wearing his new bandana that made everyone think he was coming in from Roland Garros watching the tennis. But yeah, it was a new look.
No, it would never change. Memphis never change. How about the defense? We had Delict and Blint together. Is that right?
Yeah. Um, surprising partnership. When I first saw the team sheet, there was no positions, and I was like, "Oh, this has got to be back five." You had
Yeah,
thinking Blender's got to play left wing back, Frimpong right wing back.
yeah.
Yeah, Robbie and Memphis through the middle. I thought this is nailed on 5-3-2, and then when I saw it 4-3-3 with Blend in the middle, I was like, okay, that's where he's been playing all season. Let's see how he does. In the first 20 minutes, he got absolutely breezed past by Dave. Um, and he had to pull him back. It should have been a yellow card, to be fair, but the referee was lenient. But he was all right. He put in a couple of good balls. He was steady. You could say the same for Delict. He was steady, but sometimes there was big gaps there. I think Canada actually created a number of chances. They actually should have scored in the first half. They should have been leading 1-0 going
Mm.
into the break because David got um, an excellent chance in the first half, but didn't take it. But I think both of them were steady. I think both of them made interceptions that were at good times. But I don't think either of them are going to say if it's a back four going into the tournament that either of them will be starting. I think that out of defence, I think the ones that shown were Van de Ven and Gertruida.
Okay. And the setup was a 4-3-3, which was to relief from lots of people. How did that play overall? How did it look? What was Koeman's sort of fingerprint on this? Or do you think he's relying more upon that player quality that the Netherlands have got?
I think the 4-3-3 worked well tonight. I think that you see it against Poland and Austria. This is the way to go.
Yeah.
You got to take out a pinch of salt that tonight you're missing 4 or 5 players that could come into the 11. In the midfield, especially, I think the three midfielders that started tonight can't start against Poland. I think you've got to say that. I think that it does rely on individual quality at times, but I think that his decisions, keep Gertruida back and move Van de
Yeah.
Ven forward, having that sort of impulse of, on your right, you're staying back, you have a free there, Van de Ven, you've got license to absolutely bomb forward. I think that worked at times, having Memphis coming deep, occupying defenders so that Brobbey can get through the middle, especially with the pace of Frimpong as well, getting through there. I think that worked really well. And then the tactics of bringing on in the second half, bringing on the pace of Malen and Bergwijn, also worked very well. I think both of
Yeah.
them came on and made a good impression. And that just shows you the depth the Netherlands have, that they can bring on 2 players like that, and then you're still leaving Xavi Simons and Cody Gakpo on the bench. And then you've still got all these players to come in. You got Frankie de Jong, Koopmeiners, Reinders, not even with the squad yet. So yeah, I think the main takeaway tonight is even with B team players, Netherlands look good. What are they going to
Yeah.
look like when you've got your full strength out there? Yeah, that's the exciting part.
Does sound exciting for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing the Netherlands play against Iceland. Let's get some comments in from people. I'll go from the most recent ones here. We had Delict here with some excellent quality distribution, pretty solid play. Havenberg, Wijnaldum sat in place out today. Hope Ryan is in coat minus start against Iceland. So Mike talks about midfield, and that's probably one place we haven't really talked about. Does Wijnaldum stay in now? I'm asking because you think Koeman really is going to stick with him.
And every other, because I've done my player ratings already, they're on the website. Out of all the players on the pitch, Wijnaldum's got the lowest score. I've had a look at a few other sites that do player ratings. They've all got Wijnaldum as the lowest score. I thought he was awful tonight. I think that there's even clips going around the internet of him looking scared of the ball. And every single time it came to him in a good bit of space and trying to turn, he was so slow. He lacked pace. He wasn't involved at all. I mean, he almost scored, which is again, it's a mirror copy of the game against Scotland where he was terrible, but he scored, and then everyone was like, "Oh, Wijnaldum's back."
Yeah.
But they're just glossing over the fact that for the whole time he was on the pitch, he was terrible. And it's the same tonight. He was nowhere near the standard that he needed to be. But then you come to Ronald Koeman, who was asked after the game, Wijnaldum didn't play well, did he? And went, well, that's not his fault. That's shooting and Gravenberch's fault. And you're like, what? There's no change in this man's opinion. He's just one horse. Wijnaldum's just in his head that this guy has got to start. And I don't think anything at the moment is going to change it. But I think if every news outlet is going by every fan that I saw today, Wijnaldum was terrible. He does not deserve a place in this 11, especially when you think he's going to start him over Koopmeiners, Veerman, Xavi Simons didn't even get on today. It's despicable, but Koeman's his own man. I thought Gravenberch as well. I think he showed good parts with his dribbling. He tried to drive forward with the ball at times, but he also lost the ball a lot. He got tackled a lot, some sloppy passing. I don't think he had the performance that he wanted to. I think if you were looking for a standout at the free, it was Shout, and I think he did his job really well. He just recycled play, passed the ball, didn't really get involved, but made his interceptions, made his easy passes, drove the ball forward. That's what you want to see from him. I think if any of the three deserves to start against Poland, it would be him.
And a good replacement for De Jong, of course, if De Jong doesn't quite make it, his fitness. So we've got some more here about Brobbey. It was quiet but showed some promise. Praise for Van der Ven, as well as Frimpong as well. So people agreeing with you, Mike, for sure. Frimpong. Another one here. Frimpong must start. Yeah. D-Team's pretty solid, I agree. More praise for Frimpong. Chris said Wijnaldum was slow and useless. Again, another one for Wijnaldum. Just pick out a couple of others. He also said Dumfries and Frimpong would be unstoppable. I had some more comments. Just picking out some here. Good more. Yeah, Genie was too slow at times indeed. Looked stuck in sand. I didn't know you could do emojis in this thing. Genie and Blint are babbles. Koeman will put them on when no one thinks they should be there. Yeah, so this is just Koeman being Koeman, isn't it? A lot's positive to take, but still that frustration that even Southgate could take out Henderson. He's even jocked like Grealish and Maddison, and Maguire's gone. You're looking at the Netherlands, and there's still a few there that really shouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing, because you look at these two games, and the two games that are there to build confidence and to build a formation, and then he gives Wijnaldum 90 minutes when everyone's crying out for Xavi Simons to get that goal that's going to free up his mind ahead of the tournament, and he stays on the bench the whole 90 minutes. And you just get Wijnaldum doing absolutely nothing out there on the pitch. And then even after the game, you've got Koeman still sticking by it, saying it's not his fault. But you got to shake your head at it, and hopefully it'll be different against Iceland. And hopefully by the time Poland comes along, Koopmeiners and Reinders are in there, and Van Adams plays the tournament as a bench player, maybe coming on with the last 5 minutes to see out a game. But you worry, because there's lots of reports out there that seem to indicate leaks that Wijnaldum's a starter, and Koeman's comments keep saying that he believes he can start. It's worrying. That we've said it all along that the biggest thing holding this Netherlands side back going into this tournament is probably Koeman and his team selection, and that's the worry after today.
So just finally, then, Mike, what would you like to see different against Iceland, and does it match up with what you think Koeman will do? Tends to be some differences between what you think and Koeman thinks, of course.
I think what we'll see against Iceland is we'll see different players. I think that Koeman made it pretty clear that everyone's going to get a chance to play in these two games. So I think that you will see Gakpo come in, Reinders, Koopmeiners, Xavi Simons will come in.
Sounds stronger.
It does. And hopefully it works just as well. I mean, Iceland aren't as strong as what they were before, but they're another test sort of in line with Poland. You're going to have Dumfries come in. You probably start with the centre back pairing that's going to start against Poland as well, and then Ake will come into the 11 as well. So I think we'll see more towards a full strength side when it comes to the Iceland game, as he brings in more. But for me, I think if he's going to start full strength, I would stick with Frimpong on the right wing. I mean, he showed tonight that he's the man, and I think we should see more of it. I think that if he's going to stick with 4-3-3, stick with Frimpong there, build his confidence. He looks like he's ready for it. He was a threat all game, and let's just go into that tournament with the best feeling possible. Don't make any silly decisions and keep playing the players like Wijnaldum. Let's build a confidence ahead of that Poland game, because right now, I didn't expect the second half to be that good tonight. So my expectations are higher than what they were before the game. So yeah, I want to see that build towards that most important game against Poland, because you need to get off a good start in this group, because France look good, Austria look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that game against Poland is must win if they're going to get through.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we're going to call it there for tonight, but we will call another podcast, of course, after the Iceland game. Abs will be back for that as well. We'll do a longer one as well. But if you want some more podcast content, you can, of course, listen to our entire tournament preview. We've got a couple of European football experts to preview that. There's, of course, a Group D preview on our YouTube channel, and, of course, SoundCloud app podcasts. Go and listen to those now if you haven't already. Go and enjoy them. Right, that's enough from us tonight. And if you are watching live, leave us a comment down below. We'll get back to you. What did you think of this evening? Make of the full 3-3. What do you make of the player performances? Who would you like to see in against Iceland and the game against Poland? Bye, everyone. See you another time.